functions, guys. So there are different categories of functions, DAX functions. Whatever the functions I have, we categorize all the functions into multiple categories. We categorize all the DAX functions into what? Multiple categories. DAX text functions, logical functions, date and time functions, filter functions, mathematical and statistical functions, time intelligence functions. What are the functions we have in the DAX? We categorized into multiple categories. First we'll go and discuss about text functions. And then we'll discuss about logical functions. And then we'll discuss about date and time functions, then filter functions, then mathematical and statistical functions, and then time intelligence functions. Let's start with text functions. Text functions. Text functions. What are the text functions we have? We'll discuss, guys. First function is alien function. Alien function. Alien function. There is a DAX function with the name len. So, which will give the length of the string, guys. I have a employee name. I want to know how many characters I have in employee name. So that means for every employee, I need to get number of characters in the name. For every row, when you need a value, you need to click on what? New column, guys. Click on new column and give the column name as what? Column name as length of ename column. Length of ename, employee name column. You can give any name here. And I want to use a function called alien function. When you use any function in the DAX, it will tell you what arguments you need to pass. What arguments you need to pass to that function, it will tell you, guys. What arguments it will pass, you need to pass to this function, it will explain. And when you pass any argument here, it will tell you what it is going to return. Return the number of characters in the text string. So to the alien function, we need to pass either a hard-coded text or either a text column. So when you pass it, it will tell you a number of characters in that string. When I pass my name, so whenever you need to pass any hard-coded text, you need to pass it in double quotes. Whenever in DAX formulas, if you want to pass any hard-coded text like this, you need to pass it in the double quotes. When I ask length of Sunil Kumar, it will give 11 as the output. For every row, you get 11, guys. So I don't want length of this. I want length of employee name column. You can even pass the name column, ename column, ename column. When you pass ename column here, in ename, how many characters you will have? Clark, 5 characters. King, 4 characters. So it is giving number of characters in the employee name column. Then the next function is concatenate. So you have an ampersand to concatenate, or you can even go with concatenate function. Take an example. I want to create a report here. I want to show employee name and department number in one column. Employee name and department number column. So instead of showing employee name and department number in 2 columns, I want to show employee name hyphen department number. I want to show employee name hyphen department number. So I want to show in one column. One second. I want to show employee name and department number both in one column, guys. When you want to show employee name and department number both in one column, what we can do? What we can do is simply first you need to concatenate them. So I want to show like this, department number, or else, so Adams hyphen 20. I need to combine the 2 and I want to show it. When you want to combine the 2 columns, one way to combine the 2 columns is click on new column, and I want to show here employee name hyphen department number. department number. So if you want to show like this, you can use employee name column, and there is an operator called ampersand, and you can use department number column. When you do that, it will not giving any hyphen between it. So these are these are two columns. It is concatenating two columns. Between them you need hyphen. Hyphen is one more text, right? Hyphen is one more text.
Unmuted.
So ampersand, under concatenation. You want to use hyphen here first. Employee name, to that we are concatenating one hyphen first. To the employee name you are concatenating a hard-coded text called hyphen. To this result, I need to concatenate department number. Go and use another ampersand. Go and use department number here. Go and use department number. Now it got both of them here, ename and department number. So you can just drag that ename and department number column so that you can see both of them in single column. Whenever you need to concatenate multiple columns into one column, you can use ampersand, or you can even go and use concatenate function. So the same result, how can I get it using concatenate function? Click on new column. I want ename and department, ename hyphen department using concatenate case, using concatenate. When I want ename and department using concatenate, I can use ename column. So first I can go and use concatenate function, concatenate. So concatenate function, you can pass two columns, text1 and text2. The text1 column is ename column. The text2 column is department number column. Department number column. Close this, press enter. You'll get so again side by side you want an hyphen. Hyphen is another text. One concatenate. So when you take any function, that function will tell you what parameters, what arguments you need to pass. You need to pass text1 one argument, text2 another argument. So what this concatenate function will do, joins two text strings into one text string, guys. It will join two text strings into one text string. Then you can just close this. So you will get it. Instead of this, I want a hyphen, right? So it's a third. You want to add hyphen here, hyphen. So this code will add hyphen after job, employee name. After that, I want department number. So to this I need to complete this as one text, and to this I need to add another text called department number. You want to use another concatenate function. Use concatenate function, and all this is text1. And what is text2? Text2 is what? Department number, guys. Press enter. So you can use both are same. One is using DAX functions, another one is using DAX operator called ampersand, text concatenation operator. When you have a function, when you have an operator, better to go with operator. Code readability is good, and even people will tell that when you use operators, so performance will be good, right? Either one we can use it. And whenever we need a substring, so from the left side, I want a part of string, you can use left function, guys. Look at this here. I have orders table. In the orders table, I have a order ID column. In the order ID column, I want first two characters from the left hand side. When you want first two characters, substring from the left hand side, click on new column. Click on new column. You will find a function with the name left. Left. So just use the left function. And what is the column from which you want left side? A part of string order ID column. So when you take any function, it will tell you what arguments you need to pass. I need to pass one text column and the number of characters I want. I need to pass text, and from that text how many characters I want. From the left side, I want how many characters? 2 characters. When you pass text, when you pass number of characters, it will tell you, it will give the number of characters you asked from the left side, guys. Right. So when I ask 2 here, so one thing you need to observe is this argument is not there in the square bracket, and this argument is there in the square bracket. When you find any argument in the square bracket, it's an optional argument, guys. When you find any argument in the square bracket, it means what? When we find any argument in square brackets, it's optional. It's optional argument. It's an optional argument. When you find any argument in the square brackets, it's an optional argument, guys. So here, so when optional arguments, you might skip it. When you skip any optional argument, it will take default one value, guys. So here number of characters you have, right? When I don't pass any number of characters, as it is there in the square bracket, even when I don't pass it, it will work. So when I don't pass any optional argument, so it will by default, it will take one value. By default, you will have a default value here. The default value is 1, guys. Number of characters, when you don't pass any argument here, so by default it will take 1. When I don't pass anything here, from the left side it will give 1 character. So it is giving just 1 character from the left side. So this requirement, now the requirement is not 1 character from the left side. I want 2 characters. When you want 2 characters other than 1, you need to mention manually, right? Just close this, and from the left side you will get 2 characters here. Left side 2 characters. Same way, from the right side I want 6 characters here. This 6 I want it. From the right side, when you want the 6, you can go and use which function this time? Right function. There is another function, right function. Take the right function, and what is the column? Order ID column. From which column you need right side characters? Order ID column. How many characters you want? I want 6 characters from the right hand side. So when I press enter, it will give last 6 numbers, guys, here. Same way, when you want middle characters, there is a function with the name mid, guys. So take an example in the order ID. I want middle characters. This 2016, 17, 14, you have, right? I want the middle 4 characters. When you want the middle characters, there is a function with the name mid function. Mid. You can use mid function here. And in which text you want middle characters? First thing, in mid function, what is the first argument? Text column. From order ID column, I want middle characters. What is the starting position? C is 1, A is 2, hyphen is 3. I want starting from 4th character. Start position. I want starting from 4th character. Start with 4. And starting from 4th character, how many characters I want? I want 4 characters. Starting from 4th character, 1, 2, 3, 4 characters I want. So starting from 4th character, I want 4 characters. Press enter. So you'll get middle text, guys. Right? Mid function will give the middle characters. Whenever you need to convert any text to uppercase, you have a function called upper function. So most of the things, when you want to derive the columns, we will derive in Power Query. For some reasons, if you want to derive in Power Pivot, you can utilize these functions, guys. So when we are deriving the columns, most of the cases we will derive the columns in Power Query itself. For some reasons, if you want to derive, you can use these functions. I want to convert customer name to uppercase. Click on new column, and you can select a function with the name upper. You can give column name anything here. After that, when you take upper function, it will tell you what arguments you need to pass. To the upper function, we need to pass one text column. I want to pass customer name column. When I pass customer name column, it will convert the text to uppercase case. Same way, if you want to convert the text to lowercase, you have a function with the name lower. So lower function also, you need to pass one text column. It will convert the text to lowercase case. Complete text, it will convert to lowercase. And trim function. If you have any spaces, it will trim the spaces. Take an example in EMP table. I have a column, new column here, which contains lot of spaces. The column name I'll give is space. So there is one column with the name which contains starting few spaces and middle some spaces and ending some spaces. There is a column which contains spaces in it. Look at this. This column contains lot of spaces. Let me increase the size. What is happening? Fine. If you see this column contains starting spaces, and middle I have some spaces, and at the end I have some spaces. I want to remove all the spaces. Whenever you need to remove any spaces, you have a function called trim function. Trim function will trim the spaces. Click on new column, So I'll use trim function. So you can take the column and you can write trim, and what you need to pass a text column. I can pass a column with the name space. So what it will do, what you need to pass, it will tell you in the bottom. What it will do, it will explain. Trim function will remove all the spaces from a text string except for single space between the words. Even between the two words, even between the two words, it will keep only one space case. Even between the two words, it will keep only one space. Just close this, press enter. So look at this, it got removed the starting spaces, it got removed the ending spaces, it keeps only one space even in the between. Trim function. Right? The next function is substitute function. Substitute function. What is that substitute function? Sometimes we need to substitute one text with another text. Look at this. I have a orders table where I have an order ID column. Wherever I have hyphen, I want to substitute with comma. Wherever I have hyphen in the order ID column, I want to substitute with comma. Click on new column. Substitute function. So take substitute function. In which column you need to substitute the values? Order ID column. Order ID column. And in the order ID column, what I need to substitute? Substitute in order ID column. In the order ID column, what is the old text? So any hard-coded text you need to give in double quotes case, hyphen. So wherever hyphen is there, old text in the order ID, wherever hyphen is there, I want to substitute with new text. What is the new text I need to substitute? In order ID, wherever hyphen is there, I need to substitute with comma. And instance number. So what is that instance number? So instance number, where you are seeing, I'm seeing the instance number in the square bracket, guys. Instant number I'm seeing in the square bracket. When the instance number is in the square bracket, that means it's an optional. So I will skip it for now. I'll come back and I'll discuss. When I press enter, it will substitute wherever comma is there. CA hyphen, it keep comma here. 2000 hyphen you have, it keep comma. Whenever you need to substitute one string with another string, you can go and use substitute function. Here, so I don't want to substitute both the hyphens. I want to leave the first hyphen. I want to substitute only second hyphen. I want to substitute only second hyphen with comma. When you want to substitute only second hyphen with comma, how can I substitute it? Substitute in which column? What is this text? You want to substitute with what? I want to substitute with comma. This time you need to mention instance number. When you want to substitute for all the instances, for all the hyphens, when you want comma, you don't want to pass it. This time I don't want to substitute for all the hyphens. I want to substitute only for second hyphen. That means I need to mention instance number as 2. Instance number as 2. When I mention 2, it will substitute with only second. First time when you got hyphen, it is not touching it. Only for the second time when it got hyphen, it got substituted with comma. Right. The next one is replace case. Sometimes we want to replace a text with some stars. Take an example. So when you see account numbers or mobile numbers, they don't reveal all the mobile number or they don't reveal all the account numbers in the bills. So when credit card bill is generating, they don't show all the numbers. Take an example, mobile number is there, 9989027424. I have a mobile number here. So when you have a mobile number, when you show this mobile number in the report, I don't want to show all the number as it is. For each employee or for each customer, we have a different mobile numbers. We have a different mobile numbers. For each customer, when you have a different mobile number, so I don't want to show complete mobile number. I want to reveal only last 4 numbers. First 6 numbers I need to show with 6 stars. First 6 numbers I want to show with 6 stars. Only I want to reveal last 4 numbers. Or else whatever it is. For now, first 6 numbers I want to store stars, only last 4 numbers I want to reveal it. So when you want to do the like that, you need to use a function called replace function. Replace. Let me click on new column. I want to replace in which column? Mobile column. Replace. There is a function with the name replace. What is the old text in which you want to replace? I want to replace in mobile number column. And what is the starting position? Starting from first character till 6 characters. Starting from first character still 6 characters. You want to replace with what? I want to replace with 6 stars. I want to replace with 6 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 stars. What it will do is, wherever mobile number is coming, whether this number or whatever the number, first starting from first character to 6 characters, it will replace with 6 stars. Remaining last 4 it will show as it is. When I press enter, it will replace first 6 characters with stars, remaining 4 numbers. You can use this column in the visuals. Whenever we need to hide some number or hide some text base with stars or with anything, you can go and use replace function. Replace. The next one is blank. There is a function with the name blank. So there are some cases in the output I need to show some blank values. Blank values. Take an example. I want to derive a quantity. Quantity is nothing but what? Sales divide, sorry, I want to derive unit price. To derive the unit price, we need to write sales by quantity. Click on new column. I want to derive unit price, guys. Unit price. Unit price. When you want to derive unit price, you need to write sales divided by quantity, guys. Quantity. Sales divided by quantity. So for some reasons, quantity is coming as 0. Take an example. When some reasons quantity values are 0. So in this column, unfortunately, there is a junk data. Quantity is 0. When you divide any number with 0, you'll get in the output infinity. So when you have any column which contains infinity values, when you have any column which contains infinity values, when you have any column which contains infinity values, so it is not possible to perform any arithmetic operation. It is not possible to perform, it is not possible to perform what? Arithmetic operations. So that is the reason I don't want to get infinity values here. So whenever we need to avoid divide by 0 errors, so I can write a condition like this. Instead of directly going and writing this formula, I can write if quantity column is coming as 0, if quantity column is coming as 0, quantity column is coming as 0, and I want to show output as blank value. I want to show output as blank value. So when quantity is other than 0, I want to divide sales by quantity. Sales by quantity. If the quantity is other than 0, we need to perform sales by quantity. This time what it will do is, so whenever for some reasons quantity values are coming as 0, so when you are getting 0 here, so it will show in the output as blank value. So when it is other than 0, it will perform the calculation so that I will not get infinities. So look at this. When I am getting, I don't have any zeros to test it. For that reason, I am taking quantity equal to 2 to just test it. So when quantity is coming as 2, in the output you will get what? Blank. When quantity is coming as other than 2, you will get this calculation. When I press enter, look at this. When quantity is coming as 2, you are getting the blank value here. When quantity is other than 2, it is performing sales by quantity. So here, when I for some reasons when I am getting 0, I will show the blank values in the output. Otherwise, it will perform the calculation so that I will avoid divide by 0 errors, infinity errors, infinities. So whenever we need to populate with some blank values in the column, you can go and use a blank function, guys. Blank function. Any questions? Anybody have any questions?
Well, a difference between substitute and replace, there any?
See, substitute will not work. See, look at this. I have different mobile numbers here. If you know what text you have, if you want to change it, substitute will work. So every mobile number will not be the same, right? Here, in this case, substitute will work. So wherever you find 998902, substitute with 6 stars, it will work. Each person mobile number is something different, right? So if it is, if you think that, so here in our case, even substitute also will work. So what I can do, substitute, and which column? Mobile column. I want to substitute mobile.